dearest Talk family, and welcome to another episode of Talk the Torque. I'm your host, Desh Bechin, and today I'm eager to introduce and welcome the FNI at Hatfield VW Northcliff, Rhoda Dube. So Rhoda knows that success requires a lot of determination and self-discipline for the workplace. She always delivers on her word and hence built the needed trust from clients and co-workers alike. She truly cares about her clients' needs and always finds a way to accommodate them in every way she can. Intensely goal-oriented and driven to make her mark in the motoring industry, Rhoda is sure to reap the success of the hard work she puts into her job. She always faces whatever task she is given head on and goes above and beyond. She is extremely ambitious. I've had some off-air conversation with Rhoda. She also actually went straight to the semi-finals last year in the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, and I must say it is such a pleasure to welcome Rhoda. So let's give a warm welcome to Rhoda, and as always, this interview is proudly brought to you by Soriti Solutions. Hi Rhoda, how are you?
Hi Desh, I'm alright, thank you. And thank you for inviting me to this platform. It's actually very, I think I would say I'm really honored. Thank you so much.
You make me feel like a celebrity. Thank you so much. But like I said, last year it was very fun and exciting to be recognized as top 300 in the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards. How did that feel, by the way?
It felt great. I mean, looking at all the women that had entered, I was thinking, I wonder where am I going to land? But I think I was very blessed, and I was the fourth runner-up out of all the competitors. But it actually humbled me. I feel so proud of myself. It's just given me more energy and passion, and wanting to do the best that I can, and to still push as hard as I've always done, and to be the best that I can be moving forward.
That's amazing, absolutely. Yeah. So it's been some time that you've been in the trade. Do you want to tell us a little about that?
Yes, I actually started at Hatfield VW Northcliff in 2008, and I was working as an F&I assistant there. So how this started was that I got introduced to the industry by a lady that was working as an assistant at the time, and she was pregnant. She needed to go on maternity leave. Okay. So she said to me, well, you need to come in just for the 3 months and start working as an assistant, and thereafter then she's going back to her job. So at the time I was a collections agent at one of the retail companies, a clothing company. So I took that risk, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in there for the 3 months and let's see what happens. And I knew absolutely nothing about the motor industry. I didn't know anything about vehicle finance. I knew absolutely nothing. So 3 months later, I think I would just say I got someone that really was good at what she was doing. Her name is Felicity Beck at Hatfield VW Northcliff, and she was my F&I at the time, and she taught me so many things that in the 3 months she said to me, you're not going. And they employed the lady too, and they gave another position, and I stayed there, and that's when I started as an F&I assistant. And since then, I mean, it's been from one step to the other, and every place that I've been, it's always been a stepping stone for me. Yeah.
And tell us more about the, you mentioned halfway, but with Hatfield now. Tell us more about the brand and also the dealership that you're representing.
I'm from VW Northcliff. In the Hatfield group. The brand, obviously, it's VW, and I always say, or I always refer to it as the lifestyle brand. I mean, there is VW and there's other brands. That's how I always look at it. But yeah, it's been great being in the Hatfield group, being in
I'm just going to sit here being unbiased. Okay, I love VW, but I'm going to sit here being unbiased.
Yeah, and with all the dealerships that I've been through, I mean, I've been through to a couple of dealerships, and there's different cultures there, and there's the environment is different. When you walk into Hatfield, you can feel that it's completely different. How people are, and that sense of feeling like you're in a family, in a tight family kind of space. And I mean, it's since I've been there, I've been with Hatfield VW Northcliff for 2 years now, but I must say it feels like I've been there forever. And it has actually accelerated my progress in my career and where I am now. And I think because of the group, I managed to, I think I've managed to be one of the women that have made it in the Motoring Women of the Year Awards.
Yes.
And that exposure, I don't think I would have gotten it anywhere if I were to, anywhere besides the group, yeah.
Okay, so what do you enjoy most about your role? And the reason I asked this question, there's many young girls that are anticipating now to be in the motoring trade, to choose this as their, their career. It's now they're becoming their career option. You and I fell into this industry. We tried to change that and say, listen, there's lots of opportunities here.
Yes.
So what exactly do you enjoy most about your role? And this is for the young woman that wants to be an F&I like you.
Well, it's that moment of, I would call it a life-changing moment for customers that come in and they're still fairly new, they've just started their jobs and they want to purchase their cars, and just to see them excited about their first car, about how much it means to them coming from the background that they come from, and they're possibly the first people to buy cars in their families, and those are those moments that really touch me, because seeing them being so excited and actually being teary, bringing the whole family coming in and everybody's excited about it, that really fuels me up, and it just, it gives me that thing to say that, what, I love what I'm doing and I enjoy what I'm doing. And over and above that, it's basically more about meeting different people, interacting with different people on different levels, from someone that does a job at from someone that's at a lower level in their position, and to someone that owns a company that's a multimillionaire, and how they carry themselves and how they treat you.
Yes.
It actually makes you see the world in a different way, and you get to understand that no matter where you go in life, you always have to be humble.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So obviously, as an F&I, it's very much like a sales position. You've got to be on top of your game, and you've got to be, people that you deal with every single day. You do not know what they're going through. You need to be their inspiration, their guidance, and you need to be inspired yourself, an inspired person. Who's been your inspiration?
My mother. She's always been that solid woman. She's always been imbogodo, if I can call her that. Growing up with her being my pillar, she's represented. She's just filled in those spaces, those gaps in my life, even though she is a single parent, or she's always been a single parent. Right. And I draw my strength from her and all the teachings that she's taught me and all the things that she's given, tools in life, and till this day I still take them with. She's been such a great inspiration, and I'll always be really thankful to her.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, mistakes is crucial. Mistakes is something that we all make. I make them daily, by the way. But I learn, I try. I think it's important to learn from your mistakes. It's either you deny that mistake or you learn from it.
Yes.
Are there any mistakes or things you should not have done in terms of you moving up the ranks and you, in your career? And that might help the younger F&Is to identify, okay, let me not do this because it didn't work out for Rhoda. So is there anything that you'd like to advise?
There'll always be mistakes. You will always make mistakes, no matter how good you are in your position. But what matters is that how do you handle to fix that mistake,
right,
and how do you go about your daily basis in terms of having a system in place that will help you to minimize mistakes that may happen. Because as an F&I, there's a whole lot of things that you do on a daily basis, so you have to be very sharp in everything that you do.
But if you use a system like Sariti Solutions, I must say that you will minimize. I'm helping Sariti out here, okay? Since this is brought to you by Sariti Solutions, use the platform because it helps. You use Sariti, isn't it?
Yes, I use Sariti.
Isn't it just an amazing platform, right?
I must say, I've used a couple of systems in my career, and Sariti has always been the best. It's always detailed, and I think if I were to choose a company, I think the last decision that I made about moving on to the Hatfield Group was also based on the system that they were using, which was Seriti. So
there we
moving
go.
from that,
I just had to do that because, like, if you don't support Seriti and I don't support and I do not do this, then I'm not going to be able to do the show because this is my sponsor. Okay,
Yes.
so thank you for using Seriti, and those of you that are not using Seriti, please use Seriti. Okay, I should stop now. Carry on.
So moving from that, I'm talking on a daily. When you talk to customers, make notes about the things that they highlight to you, so that you can be able to do a needs analysis for a customer, and you remember those things that they'll ask you. I want this, I want that, I want that. So on a minute to minute on whatever that you're doing, you should have where you write on the deal for the customer, so that you remember. One would say, I want my debit order date to go off end of June, and you didn't put that down, you forget, you sign everything, get everything done, you send your deal out for payout, and then later customer says the debit order has gone off. So that's one of the things that you would make a mistake on, and you cannot fix that unless you have a very nice manager that would say, okay, we'll cover that. But obviously it's a loss for the company, so such things may cost money to the company, which can be avoided. So if you just have a system in place besides Seriti that you jot down everything, and you know that on the still, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm at, and this is what the customer requires, and all those things, and that will help you to minimize the risk.
And it's important, as you said, be pedantic, attention to detail, time management. These are all important contributors to a more organized, I should take my own advice, but anyway, to a more organized life. But obviously you are such a great champion for this change that we wish to see in the motoring trade. We want to empower our sisters to move up the ranks. Why? Why are you so passionate about this?
It comes from, I think, trying to be your level best in everything that you do. I've kind of, I think, gotten so used to operating in the background over the years, and I'll just come into work, I do what I do, I'll go back home and everything. But coming into the Hatfield group has taught me that there's more to an F&I just coming in, doing the numbers and doing the deals. You can do so much. I mean, for platforms like these that you guys are creating for women to be able to get recognized, it actually fuels us up, and it gives us, that it makes us excited, for this opportunity alone to happen. It's one of those things that encourages us, and they keep us passionate about what we're doing. And
well, thank you, because this seemed like a boost Desh Eagles boost the Desh Ego session. But thank you for that. And again, the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, you spoke about it earlier on, and how it made you feel. A shout out maybe to MFC, a division of Nedbank, in terms of supporting this movement. Anything you'd like to say?
Well, I'd like to say thank you to MFC, and thank you to Seriti, and thank you to you, Desh. This is such an amazing platform. I only started knowing about the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, I think, about 2 years ago, when one of my colleagues were nominated.
Listen, it's only 3 years old, so 2 years ago is a good thing, okay?
So then I started following it there, and I don't think I really took notice of it that much until last year, when I was told that I've been nominated as one of the women in the category of F&Is, and that alone just blew me. Like, it was such a great thing, and it's such a lovely initiative, and I think every woman out there in the motor industry, regardless of what position they're in, they would love to be recognized, and to be praised, and to be acknowledged that they're doing an amazing job. And shout out to all of you guys, and I hope that you carry on doing the great job that you're doing.
Rhoda, and I'd like to reiterate what you just said there, just emphasize every single woman. There's 82,000 women in motoring South Africa. We can't get to every one of you. You can't get to us. But I just want to remind you that you are the inadvertent feminist that is making a change and making a difference in our trade. You don't have to be a Rhoda, you don't have to, definitely don't be a Desh, please. But there'll be lots of noise if you're going to be a Desh, but I must say that it's so amazing that we can offer. Without you, there would be no platform. So thank you so much. And I just want to ask you one last thing. there's many young girls that have written into us. They want to find out more in terms of the motoring trade. So it's amazing. We're having women now that are choosing to be in motoring South Africa.
Yes.
Any advice for them?
Well, motor industry it's like a bug. When it gets you, it gets you. It's not really easy to get out of it. As much as everybody would want to be in any space, but you need to know you're sacrificing your hours at home with your loved ones, your weekends. You're sacrificing a whole lot. But if you are passionate and you really, really want to do it, I would encourage young people to come in, especially women, and I would say to them, if you work hard, you will definitely reap the rewards.
Absolutely.
Push yourself, be ambitious,
Yes.
don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yes.
As long as you know where you want to get to, that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. And like Rhoda, you need to be able to be ambitious. You need to want to achieve your success. You need to be educated. Rhoda is continuing her studies. She wishes to achieve or attain her MBA. She's in the process. It's so important for you to want this, but also have the supporting attributes to get you to the level that you want to be at. So I just want to say thank you, Rhoda. It's so amazing to have you in our network and to have you a part of this movement. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ngibonga.
And thank you for watching today's episode of Talk the Talk. May the sun shine upon the road you were destined to take. Feel free to click that like button, comment your thoughts, and share our content with your friends, family, and anyone you think would enjoy the Talk content. The Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, powered by MFC and Ever by Nedbank, and the Talk Studios, powered by Sariti Solutions, are non-profit companies that aim to recognize and celebrate the women of motoring South Africa. Women just like Rhoda over here. We love celebrating women that are ambitious and creative, and women that have no box to think out of, because there is no box, right?
No box.
So we are not just telling stories, we are changing lives together. We aim to empower and uplift the women of our trade. And for those of you that are searching for your new ride, please visit www.auto.evo.africa. We have thousands of vehicles on sale for you to choose from, and we only advertise on behalf of reliable and trustworthy MFC accredited dealerships. This car listing portal is incredibly user-friendly, and you can also find vehicle reviews as well as car maintenance tips and advice, all courtesy of Talk the Talque Studios. That's me, by the way. Okay, so ladies, don't become discouraged if life does not go according to plan. Sometimes we first need to learn from new experiences to be ready for that which we want out of life. Life can be unpredictable and messy sometimes, but it's what makes the new journey exciting. COVID has really thrown us in a topsy-turvy way of doing things and thinking, as I said, out of the box. Hopefully there's no box, but we do not want to conform to anything that is going to keep us complacent. Never let change control you, but rather guide you. If you learn to go with the flow of the ever-changing currents of life, you will be all the wiser for it at the end. So make the most of what you are given. And you know, Maya Angelou is actually one of the women, not because Oprah looks up to her, but I do, but Maya Angelou once said, if you can't change it, change your attitude towards it. So remember, guys and girls, the question should never be who's going to let me. It should always be who's going to stop me.